I'm Lori Chase, SteppingStones member, and I'm talking with SteppingStones member Ashley Morse this morning, and Jamie and Meg, speech interns, are sitting in with us. Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Lori.
Could you briefly describe your life before your brain injury?
I was a senior in high school, and I was in the top 10 of my class, and I was a crew trainer at Dover McDonald's, and I was considered the best worker and one of the best in school, and I was also a Sunday school teacher for first and second graders, and that was a lot of fun too. That's what my life was like before.
Sounds like you're a busy teenager.
Yeah.
How about your family life? How was that?
My home life well, before was just based on love and God, and right before I got sick, my grandmother, she had died from lung cancer, and that was a few months of hardship, but it was all based on love.
That sounds wonderful. Now, can you describe your brain injury for me? How it happened and how long ago?
It roughly started the end of 2000, and it wasn't noticed until the morning of my grandmother's funeral, when I woke up and I was incontinent, and I just, through the month of January, I started to be a 17-year-old acting like a 2-year-old, and I finally was allowed to have a brain scan, or a CAT scan, and the nurse who saw it, she called up my epilepsy doctor, and she came and looked at it, and she told my mom that I either should be dead or in a coma and never to wake up.
Oh my.
And so that night I went to Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center, and because that was my first brain injury, or brain scar, however it might be worded, they couldn't announce that I had multiple sclerosis, so they gave me the diagnosis of having a brain injury called ADEM. After that, I spent a week in a rehab hospital, and then I went home.
Do you know what the ADEM stands for?
I can say it, I can't spell it though. It's acute disseminated encephalomyelitis.
Well, that's quite a mouthful.
Yeah.
Do you know what it means?
No.
Do you?
No.
Me neither. So we all learned something today.
And once I was allowed to go back to school, the following day, after my first day back, I had to go back up to Dartmouth for my first checkup. And on the way there, my parents and I were involved in a 5-vehicle car accident. And so I had to spend a month in Concord Hospital because I almost died from that, and I had to have an emergency surgery. So I had a really rough, really busy senior year of high school, but I still graduate 8th, so
that's cool. Great.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah.
So we're glad that everything worked out and you're still here with us today.
Thank you. I was diagnosed with MS in July of 2002, but since then it's just been getting used to it.
Now, have you had many MS attacks?
I have a very rare form, so I've only been considered to have 2 as of yet. The first one, where I went to Dartmouth and was diagnosed with ADEM, and then the second one, where I went back and was diagnosed with the actual MS, but I
good.
Yeah.
Maybe you won't have any more.
Yeah.
Now, how has your life been affected since your brain injury?
It has taken me a while to accept who I am now and kind of almost forget who I was. And SteppingStones has really helped that a lot. And I've been able to get somewhat busy. So, yeah.
Do you find that your social life is improving now?
Yes, I do. I feel like everybody here and I can be friends and are friends, and I would say mainly because I've had my first boyfriend, and since last Christmas I've been engaged to him.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, how do you feel emotionally now?
I have been able to regain my smile and just be joyful most of the time. It's like only at home when I get really down in the dumps for no apparent reason and I cry my eyes out sometimes and I have no clue why, and I do stuff like that, but most of the time I am very joyful and happy.
Well, I notice when you're here at SteppingStones you're always smiling now, and that's a nice sight. You have a beautiful smile.
Thank you.
You light up everybody's faces around here too, so thank you for that.
You're welcome. Well, this is a very wonderful place to be at, and it's so easy to smile here.
What have been your biggest communication challenges? Has interacting with others been easy or difficult?
Mostly difficult, because I've never been much of a talker, and to just start talking for no reason or something, it's really hard. And even like talking on the phone, I don't know what to say most of the time, and so it's like I hope whoever's listening can understand how I'm talking.
How does it make you feel when you communicate? Are you happy, sad, or stressed?
When I can talk to somebody and we just like talk back and forth like we've been friends for a while or something, then it makes me happy. Because I love having friends, and before I got sick it's like I never seemed to have too many, and so...
Well, it must have been difficult being in and out of school, when you were in and out of the hospital all that time.
Yeah, but it's like my church family, they all say they pray for me, but it's like they don't never tell me that or call me and stuff. They just somehow get it passed to me, the information.
Do you ever just feel that they do pray?
Yeah.
I used to feel that my church community was praying for me. I just knew it. I could feel it in my heart that they were.
Yeah. When I was in the hospitals before, I felt it a great deal.
Can we go back to your rehabilitation? Can you tell me a little bit about your rehabilitation that you went through?
Okay. I was at the Health South Hospital in Concord, and I was there for 5 days, and they were very helpful to me and helped me to get back acting like a 17-year-old, and I did a lot of stuff to be like moving around and just doing normal things, and I had a really good time there.
Was there any one discipline that you think helped you more than another?
To be honest, all I can remember is having to walk up and down stairs.
So the physical therapist is a slave driver, huh?
You can say that.
Did you also go through speech therapy?
Yes.
Bet that was a good experience, huh, girls?
We hope so.
Then I had speech therapy at the Newington place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's called actually. That was a great help too.
Now, how has SteppingStones made an impact on your life?
It's shown me many people in the world who are like inside just as actually cheerful, even if their physical bodies are worse than mine, and they've become great friends, easy to contact, easy to talk with, and it's like I've all of a sudden become somebody popular enough to be such a big part of the newsletter, and just given that volunteer job of designing the bulletin board,
I'm sure you do a great job with that.
Thanks.
Would you like to talk about your plans to get married?
Well, Shane and I won't be getting married until he graduates from college in 2008, and then we'll be moving together, obviously. But I live in Rollinsford, this little town which I absolutely love, and he's a city boy, so no little town for him. We have to move to most likely Portsmouth. As long as it's a city that small, not like Boston, I would be fine with that.
Compromise kind of deal.
So you haven't quite worked out the details of that, have you?
Not exactly, no.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you are waiting until he finishes school and giving yourself some more time together and making sure that everything is right. And I wish you guys all the luck in the world.
Thank you.
What are some goals that you have for yourself at this point in your life?
I would like to take courses on how to be a writer, because I've been complimented so often on my writing skills, and I love to write, so I would love to be an author. But I would like to also go to beauty school and kind of put writing on the side and just have being a beautician or something be in front, because when I was a child I wanted to do that up until I was like a sophomore in high school, and I could do it at a vocational college. And I was just like, now wait till I graduate high school before I can go to beauty school, and then that just kind of got pushed aside. Now it seems to be coming back in my mind. So.
Well, if that's something that you really have your heart set on, then go for it and do it.
Okay.
Then you'll be happy.
Okay.
What does being brain injured mean to you?
Well, the me before was like always, I love to do schoolwork and I love learning, and it's like I always seem to do an excellent job learning. And now it's like I have to get used to that again, and so being brain injured kind of is a challenge for me that I have to get used to, but I think it's helping me as a person, because I was putting myself too high above everybody else. And
I can't imagine you doing that.
well, now it's like I see the people who or below that line. I had been putting myself above, and it's like I'm either equal to them or I'm lower than them. And I just want to be friends with everybody.
I think you're off to a good start.
Thank you.
Welcome. One last question. If you had to give advice to somebody that has a brain injury, what would you tell them? What would you want them to know?
Well, it's like in a chorus to a song I'd written. I'm glad it was me that it happened to, so I can control how it's handled. And I would advise everybody else, maybe, because just to be glad it happened to them. Because it's like, if I would be thinking about anybody or everybody on a list, I'd be like, that person, no, not that person. I wouldn't want it to happen to anybody. If it had to happen to somebody, I'm glad it was me. So just be glad that you're the person that it had to happen to.
And then what happens when you have a period of time where you have to learn to deal with it.
Right.
But then after you get to that point, then things are better.
Yeah.
And you actually kind of feel normal after a while. We can call ourselves normal.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, Ashley?
If you can, smile and use laughter as the best medicine.
I agree. Thank you very much. I appreciate you talking to me today.
You're welcome.